Okay. Jai Mehermas. Surround sound. Happy Money's birthday, everybody, today.
Today's Money's birthday.
Today's the real birthday.
But it was celebrated yesterday. At Meherabad, it was celebrated yesterday, yes?
Right, yeah, lovely celebration at
lovely celebration.
MPC.
Many people, they came.
Okay, there's Charlie.
Charlie, Jai Baba. Jai Baba, Charlie.
Charlie.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, Charlie.
You are hearing Charlie? No sound. Not yet, yeah. Not yet. Okay. Yeah. Jai Baba, Charlie.
Jai Baba, good to see
Jai
you.
Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jonathan. Yeah, this week's report, we can say that. Yeah.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Giri, Jai Baba, Charlie. Giri, maybe somebody's getting some sort of distortion. It might be, Giri, is somebody still with you there in Pune? Maybe you need to mute.
I'll try this.
Giriji. Sound
Yeah.
clear nahi hai tumka. Sound clear kara.
Yeah.
Now I think it's okay.
Sound clear.
Anybody getting feedback or anything?
तुम्हाला आवाज येतो का?
येतो आवाज येतो मला स्पष्ट आवाज
येतोय ना? स्पष्ट येतोय ना?
हो येतो मला आवाज.
जय बाबा, जय बाबा, जय बाबा.
जय बाबा, जय बाबा.
Okay, this week's report, just I will tell what happened at Meherabad, I just 14th Mani's birthday was celebrated at MPC, and 4:30 to 6, many people they came and they attended. And there is one Baba lover, Prasad Raju. He came along with his mother to Meherabad, and his mother, 90 years old, after 10 years he came to Meherabad for Baba's darshan, and just she took Baba's darshan, and the son, he asked her, now we'll go back to the Kakinada, but she said, now this is the good place, I want to stay permanently here. And next morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, she died.
Wow. Amtar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Jai.
What a good fortune.
Yeah. And yesterday was her funeral. Today he gave the feast for the people, and about 100 people, they gathered there. He gave the food to them, and then the bhajan program was there for 2 hours. And most of the people, Meherabad resident, they visited there, 10 to 12:30. 10 to 12:30.
What was her name again?
Her name, just, Tripura Sundari. Tripura Sundari.
Tripura Sundari. And where was she from?
From Kakinada, Andhra state. Kakinada.
Had she met Baba?
No, what happened, her son told, she wanted to come to Baba, but her husband, that time, she was in Partha. Partha means wheel, and that, and that's why that time the people from particular family, they were not coming out, mostly from the house, and that's why, twice she wanted Baba's darshan also, but husband did not allow her.
Wow.
That's why she did not take Baba's darshan. But after Baba dropped his body, then she started coming to Meherabad. And many times she visited. But last time, 10 years back, she came to Meherabad, and now she was 90 years old, and she came for darshan. And just her son said, now we'll go back to the Kakinada. You want to go back to native place? And she said, no, this place is really very good, and permanently I like to stay here. And then next day she died, 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, Jordan said wish was granted by Baba, and that is the important thing, you know. Everything is possible in Baba's place, yes.
Well, that's a lot of news. That's really fun. I really like that news.
Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah.
Now 20th December, 21st and 22nd, Mehra's birthday celebration will be there. Meherabad, Meherazat, 22nd, they are celebrating Mehra's birthday at Meherazat, and 21st at Meherabad.
Right.
Different programs, maybe play, skit, or maybe bhajan, songs, like that.
You said 20 and 21st at Meherabad?
20th, 21st,
And then
Meherabad.
22nd at Meherabad.
Yeah, something like that. 3 days celebration. 3 days celebration. And 23rd, Meher Baba Memorial Towers opening is there. 23rd of December, 10:30 to 12:30. People will gather there, and just the celebration will take place. But that day I am going to the Amravati. Meher Baba's program is there at Amravati, and they invited us, and myself and Raj will go to Amravati. On 21st we'll leave, 22nd the program, and 23rd night we'll be back from Amravati.
Yeah.
Amravati, is that in, where's that?
That is near Nagpur, 140 kilometers from Nagpur. First Amravati comes, and then afterwards Nagpur is there. And this is the total month's timetable.
That's really wonderful of you to go out there and give them all a talk and everything.
Yeah, and people also, they enjoy it, they like, discussion about Baba, talk about Baba.
Yeah.
And this is the natural worship, puja, aarti, everything it comes in that,
Right.
Yeah. That is the simplicity.
Brief adjustment, excuse me. Pardon me, Mehernath, I beg your pardon. Trying to get the glare up here. Tea is just coming.
Tea is coming now, and then we'll take the tea. Yeah. And now just we can start. Baba ki jai.
Hey.
When I was 6.5 years old, 7 maybe 6.5 or 7 years old, we went to Guruprasad, and when we went to the Guruprasad, Baba asked my sister, what Mehernath does full day at home after school, and my sister, she said, he makes the poetry, and Baba said that is interesting. He can just, sing before me. And I said, okay, Baba. Then Baba said, what you composed? What songs you composed? Then I just, said to Baba, one poetry, what I composed, gun gun mein aag lagi, idhar ek bimar gira और उधर एक बीमार गिरा, Baba said, yeah, that is good, you composed the poetry, but you can also explain the meaning of the poetry. And I said, what happened, Baba, everywhere, like my mother, she is also sick, my uncle is also sick, and they are not feeling well. That's why I composed this poetry, one is just lying here, one is lying there, on bed, and everywhere, people, they are sick. And Baba said, really, that is really the good poetry, you make the poetry also, and then you also tells the meaning of the poetry, and you are really the great poet, And then Baba said, what other poetry you composed? And then I said, Shankar ke dhyan mein, tananana, dholak baje. In the memory of Shankar, people, they beat the drum. And Baba said, who is Shankar? I said, Baba, you are Shankar. And people, they remember you. And in your remembers, people, they play the drum. And that is the meaning of that poetry. And Baba felt very happy. Baba said, that is really good, you are the modern poet, and you also makes the poetry and also tells the meaning of the poetry. And then Baba just smiled and he felt very happy. It was in Guruprasad, Pune, It was, I think, in 1960, 1960. And like small things, he used to take interest, Any small thing used to happen, he used to take interest in that. That is the work of Meher Baba. Manor Sakre and his wife Monica. Manor Sakre and his wife, they used to come to Pune from Delhi. He was a wing commander, and he was a follower of Meher Baba. And oftenly they used to come to Pune. And one time only Manor Sakre came for Baba's darshan. And Baba asked him, you came alone. Why you have not brought your wife, Monica? And Manor Sakre said, she was busy at home, but she was very anxious to come and take your darshan, but she was busy with some other work, and that's why it became hard for her. But she also anxious for your darshan. And Baba said, I'm everywhere. And then he called Alobaji, and Baba told Aloba, just what Baba made one couplet, and Aloba can sing before Manor Sakre, and that was really the good ghazal, हम देखे कि देखने वाला का जलवा यहाँ से लामका तक है, पर हम देखे कि देखने वाला कहाँ तक है. Means, the Baba said, just, my vision, my light, my reality is everywhere, from here to Lamaka. Lamaka means beyond state of the God. Up to that extent, my reality is there. But one should see that, if our vision is there, then it is easy to see him everywhere. Even she is in Delhi, she should not worry. She can see me there also. But we have to make that vision, to see God everywhere. That's why even she is not here, she should not worry, but she make that vision, to see me everywhere. Because I am here, I am there also in Delhi, and not only in Delhi, but I am in the beyond state also. And that's why God is everywhere, but we don't have that vision to see him. That's why we feel that, yes, we lost the chance to meet Baba. And all the time it happens. All the time it happens. People when they used to come to Baba also, they used to feel that we did not see Baba. We did not see. We did not. We lost the chance. But he's everywhere. And he said that through that couplets, two couplets. He's not only Pune in that physical form, but he is in Delhi. He's everywhere, and he is in beyond also. That's why we have to create that vision. That is important. Then we'll see the God everywhere. That's why we feel that we are not seeing him. We don't have that vision. And then he told to the Manohar Sakre, and he felt happy. And Baba told just tell her, create that vision to see me.
Lama, what language is that? Is that Hindi?
That is Hindi Urdu mix. Baba used to make the couplets Hindi Urdu mix couplets, And then time to time we used to see that,
It's an interesting word.
Yeah. Gadekar, Ramchandra Gadekar was there, and just, he was sick due to the cancer, and his stage was last, and then he came along with the Gunatai, his wife, to Merazad, and he said to Baba, Baba, now I am sick due to the cancer, now you can cure my cancer because I have to do your work. I have to spread your name everywhere, and that work is left. I want to do more work, and now because of cancer, now I am very sick. And Baba said, don't worry, just I want to keep permanently with me. And because of that, you don't worry about that, you did lot of work, but now I will keep you with me permanently. And then he told Ramchandra Gadekar, just go out. And then he called Gunatai, and Baba told her, now your husband, he will drop the body soon. Don't worry that, because when he will drop the body, he will get the liberation. I will give him the liberation to your husband. That's why he should not worry about that, And then Baba told to the Mandali members, when his car, he will sit in the car, everybody can say very loudly, Siromani Bhakta Ramchandra Gadekar ki jai. Siromani Bhakta Ramchandra Gadekar ki jai. And then all the Mandali, they came out and all they said, Siromani Bhakta means devotee, the great devotee of the Meher Baba Ramchandra ki jai. And then everybody they said, the Siromani Bhakta Gadekar Ramchandra Gadekar ki jai. And then he left from there. And then afterwards, what happened, he got very sick. He died. When he died, Gunatai, she felt very bad. And again, she came to Baba. And when she came to Baba, she came along with Papa Jassawala. And Papa Jassawala, Baba told Papa Jassawala, when he was sick, take care of the Gadekar. And he was taking care of Gadekar in hospital, medicine and this and everything. He was taking care of the Gadekar. And then what happened, the Gunatai, she came to Baba and she started crying like anything. She was just, worried about everything, and she started crying about anything. And just Papa just he wanted to please her, and he was telling, just she's very worried and this and that. When he died, also she cried like anything, and she was crying. Baba said, "Now don't cry, Now just he came to me, and I gave him the liberation. He got the liberation, and even that she was worrying and she was crying. Then Papa Jasawala, he was taking the Gunatai side, just Gunatai is really very good and this and that. And Baba said to the Papa Jasawala, I feel now Ramchandra, he died. Now maybe you will get married with Gunatai. And when Baba said like that, Gunatai also started laughing loudly, and Baba said, see, the atmosphere totally changed. And then she felt very happy, and Baba said, I feel that, now he's talking about the Gunatai continuously. Maybe he will get married with her, because now Ramchandra Gadekar died. Now he will marry with Gunatai. And then she started laughing very loudly, and she forgotten the suffering and pain. That is the Baba's work, 1 minute one can cry, next moment person can laugh. This is the work of the God, man. Prem Killani, he came along with his wife to Guruprasad. Many times they used to come to Guruprasad also, to Meherazad also, and all the time they used to fight. They used to fight, big argument, quarrel at home, and then the wife used to take complaint to the Baba, and she used to talk against her husband. And then sometimes when he used to fight, then he used to take complaint to the Baba, and he used to tell Baba against the Girza. And all the time, they used to fight. Baba used to do the settlement. And then after settlement, after 2-3 days, again fighting. And then they used to write letter to the Baba. And once Baba, he called at Meherazad, both of them. And Baba said, I run the whole universe. And I do the settlement of each soul in universe. And that settlements also, I do that, but I don't have the trouble or no difficulties for that. But your quarrel and your arguments and fighting, 100 times I settle that problems, but again after 2-3 days you forget everything, that settlement, and again you start fighting. That's why Baba said, to protect the universe, it is easy for me, but you're fighting, to do the settlement, it is impossible for me. And I am also not capable to do the settlement of both of you. And that is true. And they accept, everything that is easy, but if person they don't accept, then it becomes impossible. What God says, one should look what God says, when person complains to the God, then it is also our duty, to listen to the God. But it happens with everybody, people in world, they do that many times, we also promise to the Baba, we also say that, we'll not do this, we'll not do that, and next day again, we start doing, we are doing that, That's why it becomes difficult for God, But one thing is there, we should listen to the God, and that is the difficulty, to listen to the God.
They stay together?
They used to stay together, but morning to evening. When used to go to the office, court, evening used to come, and then again the quarrel used to start. And they used to fight here also. They were our neighbor, but the difficult life. Small things, they used to start fighting. Once Prem Khilani and his wife, both they went to the Baba in Guruprasad. And they brought their elder son Vinod. And when Vinod was there, the Baba asked, where is the Raj, the younger one? And Khilani said, Mr. Khilani, Baba, he got the smallpox and he is sick. That's why we have not brought him to your darshan. Then Baba said to the Prem Khilani, who looks after Raj? And Prem Khilani said, myself and my wife, both we take care of him. And Baba said, you take care of your son, and now you came here I just hug both of you. Now I will catch the smallpox, and I will also get that disease smallpox, and then what will happen, when people they come, I hug people and I give my love, but now you did not tell me, and both of you came, and now I will catch the smallpox, and then what I will do when I will hug the people, I will give the smallpox to them, that disease. And now it is difficult to give the love because now both of you, I hug both of you. Now 100% I will catch the smallpox, disease, and then I will give to others also. Why you did not tell me first? And they said, Baba, we did not know that, we forgot to tell you. But when you asked, then we remembered why we have not brought our son, the younger son, different things Baba used to do with the lovers, whoever used to come to Baba, different things Baba used to ask. And he also said, Baba, your God, you will never catch the smallpox. And Baba said, but remember that, I am also came in the form of human being. That's why everything is possible. I get cough, I get cold, I also feel hungry, I feel thirsty because I am in human form. That's why I will catch that disease also. All the disease, that's why when people have some sickness, I tell them, don't come close to me. And but they forgotten just to tell Baba, and then Baba himself he asked that. Once Keki Satta and his wife Shakuntala, both they came to the Guruprasad, and they brought their 14 months child, and that Mehernosh or Meherros, her name was there, and she had 105 temperature. 105 temperature, and many people were sitting there, and these both of them, what they did, they kept that child behind Baba's chair, and just they left from there. And when they left, for shopping, both of them, and the child had 105 temperature. And after that, what happened, the child started crying, and Baba said, who is crying, behind my chair? And Dr. Gaver, just Baba called her, and Baba said, which child is that? Just see that somebody is crying. And Gaver, she brought that child before Baba. Baba kept the child on his lap, and Baba asked, the child has the fever. Then Baba said, take the child inside and see the temperature. And then Gaver, she took the child and she took the temperature. It was 105. And Baba said, who kept the child, And nobody told that. And Baba said, just give the medicine to the child, some liquid, something you can give. And Gaver, she said, okay, Baba. And then after 1 hour, husband and wife, Keki Satta and his wife Shakuntala, both they came. And Baba asked, what you are searching? And they said, our child was there. We just, kept behind your chair. And Baba said, what type of the father and mother you are? You don't have care of child. And they said, no, Baba, we knew that, the child had 105 temperature. But we thought, you are God. You will take care. That's why we kept the child behind your chair. And Baba said, they said, you are God. We know 100% we have faith, nothing will happen to the child because you are there. And Baba said, okay, that is your feeling. But as I said, tomorrow that your daughter will die, tomorrow. And then they shocked both of them. And they did not say anything. And Baba said, tomorrow morning she will die. Because you said, now you are God, you will take care. Then that is my care, she will die tomorrow morning. And they just, both of them, they got shocked. But Keki Satta said, okay, Baba, now she is under your care. What you want, you can do that. But they were not happy. And just after the morning, second day, they came to Baba and they said, now she got cure, no temperature of her, And they said, you are God. That's why we kept behind your chair, you know. And that is the faith of people, you know. When God comes, you know, people, they want, he should become doctor, he should become watchman, he should become the protector, he should cure our disease when we are in difficulty, problems, court cases, you know, everything people, they want. All the solution people, they want, you know, he should solve that, you know. And that's why world, they want God, they need God. Everyone, it is the same thing, you know. Even people, countless people, they used to come to Baba, but many, they used to bring the problems, nothing else but problems. And Baba used to listen, you know. And Baba used to reply for everything, you know. Because our understanding is totally different. God, for what purpose he comes, you know, people, they never understand that, you know. That's why step by step, you know, the changes comes in human being. And it takes long time. So otherwise, many people, they used to come to Baba to bring problem. And they used to bring problem. They used to ask Baba, just do this, do that. They were suffering in the court case, in this and that. There was Harishchandra was there, you know, and he was there in Dehradun, and every day he used to come to Baba, and Baba was in seclusion, and Baba was not allowing him to come enter inside. Then what he started, you know, he started sitting outside under the tree, and morning to evening he used to sit. And then sometimes Baba used to ask, you know, why that, who is there sitting? And they used to say, Baba, Harichandra is there, you know. And Baba said, why he is sitting there? They said, Mandali people, we don't know. Then Baba used to tell, call the Harichandra, and then he used to come. And then Baba used to say, just sit, don't ask anything, you know, no problem, no difficulties. And he used to say, yes, Baba, and he used to feel very happy. And then afterwards, you know, every day he started coming to Baba. Baba, he allowed, because Baba, he's God. He thought now, he likes, you know, the discourses, he likes, you know, the philosophy, and what Baba used to tell, he used to listen. And Baba said, just listen, you know. And then after some times he started complaining problems. He brought the problem, and Baba said, what problem is there? And he said, Baba, just my daughter is very sick, and you can cure her. I am taking her to the hospital, that, you know, doctor is giving medicine, but she is not feeling well. Then Baba said, okay, I will look after her, don't worry after that. And next day, he brought another problem. He said, Baba, one case is going into the court, and just I am worrying like anything, and that case should come in my favor. And Baba said, okay, I will help him in that matter, but don't ask me again that, you know. And every time he used to come, and then Baba told him, just stop, you know, don't bring him, because he brings the problems all the time, you know. First he came, he was only sitting, he was not asking anything, but step by step now all the complaints and that. And again Baba stopped him. And then afterwards again he started sitting under the tree outside, you know. And Baba used to observe him. Then sometimes Baba used to call him, and Baba used to tell him, just, you know, don't ask anything, just sit here. And then afterwards from Dehradun, Baba came to the Satara. And when Baba came to the Satara, Harichandra, he came in Satara from Dehradun. And again, he knew that morning time, you know, Baba used to go from Rosewood to Jalvila, and he sat on the roadside. And when he sat on the roadside, Bhauji and Aluba, they used to take Baba from Rosewood to Jalvila, and they were doing that. When on the roadside, Baba saw the Harichandra, and Baba said, why this guy, he came from Dehradun, you know, he will create more problem now. And Alubaji said to Baba, no Baba, he has love for you. That dedication, because of that devotion, he came from far distance to meet you. And Baba said, you are saying like that, you know, you don't know, you know, what type of the person is this. And Aluba said, no, he is your devotee, He has lot of love for you, and that love brought him to Satara, and that's why he is here. Then Baba said, what should I do? He said, just allow him and give him chance. And Baba said to the Harichandra, okay, see, you want to see his love, and just call him. And then he also came along with Baba in Jalvila. And then Baba asked him, for what purpose you came? And then he started, all the problems. Baba, just, now the court date is the final decision will come soon. And I want that case in my favorable, and in home also. We are financially problems are there, difficulties are there. We don't have money. I lost my job. And Baba said to Aluba, see his love. And you said only for that love he came from Dehradun to Satara. And now nothing else, But that love means only complaints. And he is telling these problems, that problems, that problems. Then what Baba did, Baba said to Aluba, bring the 1 bucket of water. And then the water was brought. And then Baba just cleaned the feet of Aluba. And Baba just 100 times Baba, he bowed down to the Aluba. And Baba said, this is why I did, because you took the side of Harichandra. That's why I did this with you. Now 5001 time I will bow down to the Harichandra. And then 5001 time Baba, he bowed down to the Harichandra. And Baba said, one thing is there, your all problem will solve. I will look after your problems, your financial condition, your other problems, your court case you will win. But one thing will happen, you will become the rich, you will get job, everything will take place, but you will forget me and you will disconnect from me. And that is, I'm telling you, 100% you will disconnect of me. And he said, no, Baba, if I get rich, I get job, I will come to you. And Baba said, no, it is impossible thing, And just Baba said, now go back, don't say anything. And then he left. And then afterwards, he got the job in Delhi in 5-star hotel as a manager. He got car, his court problem solved, financially problem, every problem solved. And then afterwards, he never came to Baba. Because Baba, he said that, you will get everything, what your problem will solve, but you will forget me completely. And it happened to him. And then afterwards, he never came to Baba. That's why worldly problems are there, difficulties are there. One has to suffer. And if we want that, then we'll lose God. If you want God, then we'll lose the worldly affairs. Worldly things also we'll lose, and that is the one-way traffic of Meher Baba.
Be as it may.
Yeah.
Upasni Maharaj's statement, be as it may.
Yeah. That is the statement of Upasni Maharaj, na?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is like that, that's why when person comes to the God, he becomes the intoxicated in Baba only, Baba knows everything, and most of the times he used to solve the problems also, to the people. But according to the impression, according to the karmas, sanskaras, he used to do the work with everybody. Every individual's sanskaras are different. And according to that sanskaras, he used to take care. He used to take care of everything, And that is the God's work, That's why he kept the Mandali, aloof from the world. Once Dr. Gaver, she said to Baba, Bhauji, just since long time he's staying with you, but please allow him for 1 month. He should stay with his family. You never allowed Bhauji, and Baba said, you know, Bhauji is my Mandali member. Others, they are my Mandali members. That's why I never allowed my Mandali members, to mix up with the family. Even Kekumat also is disabled because at last, 67, 66, he was on wheelchair, and Baba used to do the seclusion work with him in the Mehernath Mandali Hall. 68 also Baba was doing that, 2 hours, 3 hours, and continuously Baba used to bow down on his feet, and he was sitting on the wheelchair, and Baba used to call the Mandali members bucket and water and then napkin, and then continuously Baba used to bow down continuously 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and 2 hours, and Baba used to do the universal work. And Baba told Dr. Gaver, Kekopati is there, but he's disabled, and he suffers like anything, but he's my Mandali member. I never allow him also to go to the, his family is there at Meherabad, 3 daughters, wife, and son used to stay in Bombay, but I never allow them also, him also to go there, because he is my Mandali members. And that was there, even Baba used to tell Bhauji, go to the family for 1 hour in 1 year, only for 1 hour, and he used to send 1 hour in 1 year. And Bhauji, when he used to come for 1 hour, he used to, in Nagar also, when he used to come, he used to sit at Varanda, Adi's Varanda. And people just, all the center members, they used to come, and then Baba, Bhauji used to tell Baba's story, the incident, and 1 hour Bhauji used to spend like that, and my mother used to cook food for Bhauji, the lunch and that, and then Bhauji used to tell, to Lakshman and others, just bring the food here and everybody can share, and then all Nagar member, they used to sit along with Bhauji, and everybody, they used to share the food with them. And 1 hour after, Bhauji used to go to Merazad in the car, and then Baba used to ask Bhauji, now you went to the Nagar, you talked with the family. Bhauji said, no. Why? Baba, what happened, when I went to the Nagar, just I got down from the car, and all the Nagar center people, they came and they surrounded me. And then I sat at Varanda, and then I started talking about you. And the 1 hour is over, and then just we had the food there, and I came back. And Baba said, but I have sent you to inquire about education, about, what food family, the children's they eat, what in breakfast they take, in lunch what food they take, the school what subject is weak. For that purpose I sent. I did not send you for the Nagar center people, and why you did that. But Bhauji said, Baba, when they came, then it became impossible for me, to tell them, go from here. And Baba said, never do such type of the thing. Next year, when you go for 1 hour, you can the talk with family, go there. And next year also, when you used to come, same thing. People used to come, and then they used to sit, and Bhauji used to spend time with them. And that is also Baba's provision. Baba never wanted, the family member, monthly member should mix with the family, 1 hour a year he used to come.
And
Yeah.
how did it feel for you, that 1 hour when you did get a chance to be with your father? How was it for you?
It was just we never felt anything. I used to think that is the system. That is the system,
That is
Yeah, that is the system. That's why I never felt good or bad, my mother also used to say whatever Baba used to say, Bhauji used to say, she used to accept. She used to accept. That's why Baba said, I like Rama because she never complains, she never complains. When we were at Meherabad, Baba also uh, told my mother, you love me. And my mother, she said, yes, Baba, 100%, I love you. And Baba said, I will take your test. And just, if you don't complain about anything, then I will feel your love is for me. And then Baba said, what monthly Baba was giving, there's Baba did 50% in that monthly prasad what Baba was giving. It was very less, and then Baba just reduced, and Baba said, now I will take your taste and you should not complain because you said I will not complain, Baba. And my mother, she did not complain. But 6 months, Baba stopped that monthly prasad, and 50% only we used to get. And just my mother, she suffered financially like anything. We suffered. We did not have shoes, no chappal. Just we used to walk, barefooted, without chappal, without that, and we suffered continuously 6 months. And then after 6 months, our uncle, he came from the MP, Madhya Pradesh, and that time, he purchased, the clothes, ready-made clothes for us. He purchased the shoes, chappals, everything, and he did that, But my mother, she never complained to the Baba. And that's why Baba said, I like Rama because she never complains about anything. And that is the work of Baba. Work of Baba. He was not allowed my mother to go to the bazaar, go to the market. In Aurangabad village also when we used to stay, he was not, he told her not to go anywhere. And we were small, 6 years, 5 years old. And we used to suffer. The one servant was there, the particular times he used to come. And then nobody was there to purchase the grocery, kerosene, because kerosene stove was there. There was no Berchan, nothing. And myself and my sister, we used to go to the bazaar in village, and we used to bring, grocery, vegetables, kerosene dabbas, And God knew that, He knew that everything, But He was taking the test all the time, All the time Baba was taking, and from childhood we got that habit. That's why we also complain, because we thought that is the system, that is the, yeah, we have to listen that, And when from childhood you get that type of the discipline, and person never complains, never complains. And desires also, person never ask anything, I want this toy, I want that toy, and I want that, And our life, we spend like that, We never demanded anything, we wanted toy or we wanted this. And Baba used to say, when he used to call us to the Guruprasad, Baba used to say, these boys and girls, Mehernath and Sheela, they are really very good. They follow all the discipline. They never complain anything. They never ask anything. That's why they get the chance to stay with me in Guruprasad. And we used to get that chance, One night, he told Pendu, just bring the Sheela to Guruprasad. Mehera, she wanted, Sheela should come and stay with Mehera. And she was maybe 6, 7 years old. I was 5 years old. I was 4 and 5, 4 maybe 4, 5. And in the morning, early morning, 3 o'clock, Pendu, he came from Guruprasad in the car, and he took Sheela 3 o'clock in the morning, and he took her to the Guruprasad. And in the morning I woke up, and why Baba said that, because Baba knew that, Mehernath will not allow Sheela to go, he also wants to come. That's why Baba told Pendu just early morning you can. And then Sheela, she left and she went with Pendu. Morning I woke up. I asked my mother, just where is Sheela? And my mother she told Pendu took her to the Guruprasad, for Baba's darshan. Mehera she wanted, she was to stay with Mehera. And then I started crying like anything, very loudly in that. And then afterwards, my mother went to Guruprasad. My mother complained to the Baba. Baba, what Mehernath did, what was Mehernath's reaction. And my mother, she told, he was crying like anything. I was told just now why I call Sheela, because Sheela is older than Mehernath, and Mehernath is small, and he will create the problem at Guru Prasad. That's why Mehera she said only bring Sheela, and that's why I told Pendu to bring Sheela there. 2 3 days Sheela she stayed there at Guru Prasad. Mehera. Like that opportunity we should get, and that is the most important, to obey. We understand what obedience, and we don't understand, but then we try to follow that, what Baba used to say, and we used to get, we used to get chance. Then often Baba used to call us Meherazad also. We used to go there in Meherazad also, Meherabad also, and that is the Baba's work, One should depend on God. If we depend on the God, then everything is possible, no problem. But if we don't depend on God, we use our mind, we bring the problem, then it becomes difficult to God also, all the time, And many times people, they used to bring the problems, difficulties, financially problem, court problem, office problem, family problem, And most of the Baba was busy with that, many times, That's why God has to solve the world's problem also, and individual problem also. He is to solve all the time, And why people, they want God only to solve the problems, difficulties, what we are facing the difficulty day to day, And people want solution from the God. Rustum Irani, he was with Baba, and he said to Baba, the people, they don't come to you because you don't create any miracles, That's why people, they don't come to you. But Baba, just you also perform the miracles, and if you perform the miracles, thousands and thousands of people, they will come to you. But he was in Meherabad that time. Then Baba said, what miracle should I perform? And Rustum Irani said, Baba, you can make, like Charminar, that tower is there, is the highest tower. And if you make a very the big tower compared to the Charminar, not Charminar, Qutub Minar, and if that tower will be there, in one night you can construct the tower there at Meherabad, and then world will see, your miracle, and the whole world will come to you, and there will be no difficulty, and you should not suffer for the world, because world will come to you, world will connect to you, And Baba said, the foolish guy, when the avatar came on earth in past also, perfect master also, they never performed any type of the miracles to invite people, to call people, to feel. If I make, construct the big Qutub Minar, like big tower, then what will happen, the world will come to me. But for what purpose world will come? They will say, you have created the big tower in one night, then nothing is impossible for you. Now you can cure our disease, you can solve our problems, difficulties, financially problem. For that purpose world will come. Nobody will come for God. And so what I want, people should come for the spirituality, for God, They should not demand anything. And if I perform miracles, the world will come. 100%, the whole world will come. But in different direction. They will ask many things. They will say, nothing is impossible for you. then you do this, you do that, you know. That's why Avatar and Perfect Master, they never create the miracles for the world to bring people close to him. Only love is important, and through love, when people they come close to the God, you know, God wants such type of the people. That's why only selected people they come to Baba, not the whole world. And future also, when the world will come to Baba. Today, when we went to the Meherabad, one just guy came. Yeah. He said to me, you know, about the future master plan and future development, about superstructure. Then I told him, you know, present is good. We are loving Baba. Why we think about the future, you know, my master plan or superstructure, and that once the superstructures take place, you know, then what will happen? We'll lose our samadhi. People, they will control everything, and one should not go enter inside. One should not touch Baba's samadhi, and one just people they can go come, and staircase is there. From there, you know, threshold, we can bow down there, and then just we can go back. We don't want that, you know. Now we are getting, you know, the chance to touch Baba Samadhi, bow down to Baba Samadhi. That is the important thing, you know. Why we feel about the superstructure in future, after 200 years, 100 years, what will happen? We should not care, because once superstructure takes place, you know, and big superstructures, trust went to 100, 300, 400 crore, and then what will happen? The world will come to see the superstructure, not Baba. They will come, definitely the world will come, but they will to see the superstructure, monument, and that, you know, we don't want that, you know. We want Baba, and we are entering inside, getting Baba's darshan. Then why to see future? Present is good, and money, Mehera, when they used to come to Baba Samadhi, all the time Mehera used to pray to Baba, world should not come, outer world should not come to the Meherabad till we are alive. After our death, what happens, you know, we don't care. But till we are here, our relation should be with Baba. And that is the close relation, you know. And we also think like that, you know, our relation and Baba's relation. And it is close relation. We are getting the opportunity to sit in samadhi. People there, during the daytime, they come, they sit in the Baba Samadhi, and that is the big opportunity, you know, for us. And why we want to look that opportunity, you know, to see the big construction and structure and future plan, whatever people want they can do in future, but present is good. Why to see future, you know? Baba said, become the headless and footless, and present is good for us, you know. Again, we'll come in future, you know. Again, we'll become the small baby, we'll come close to the Baba, and that time, you know, we'll see that structure, master plan, you know, everything will get changing. What happened with Rama's place, Muhammad's place, same thing will happen. Countless people will come, and why to see the crowd? We don't want to see the crowd. We want to see Meher Baba, you know. We are here for Meher Baba, not for crowd. And we want to see the crowd, then to see the crowd, we can go to different places. Holy places are there. Lakhs and lakhs people, they come. Why to observe that? You know, Baba is there with us, you know, that is something, you know. If Baba is with us, then whole world is with us. And if Baba is not with us, then what will we see? Crowd, big world, you know. If Baba is not there, then what is the use of the world, and the whole world come? Some Amar Kiti, 20,000, then 40,000 people come, 1 lakh, 5 lakh. What is the use? Because let people come. become for Baba, not the crowd and not the world, not, you know. Time to time the change will come. According to that, trustees, they will make the arrangement, adjustment, that is the important thing. When more people will come, trust will do that. In future, trust will get the huge donation, and that is the responsibility, fulfill the responsibility. But why to see that, how many people and super and this, we don't want anything. We want Baba. Baba, Baba's on whole life. So what she did, she sat under the tree whole life. That was her shelter. That was her life. Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba. And that was her life. And that is the work of God, man. When physical form God came, he used to stay under the tree, under the shelter, under the near the railway station at platform, and whole life, 75 years, suffered a lot. He used to go different places, new life, must work, and what he did, he traveled by walk, in the railway, third class compartment, buses, that, and after that, when he drops the body, then people, they take care of that, structures and big monuments, that, that is the human being, and step by step, people, they come for that purpose to see that, people, they don't come for God. Very selected people, they come for God. They want God, God is important, God is good, the are good, but after 200, 300 years, it should take place. We don't want anything. We want God. God is with us in simple life. That's why our focus, concentration, go towards God. And Mehera, what she said, she said to Baba, till we are alive, we are surviving our relation and their relation, close relation. We don't want out, and that is the important. That is the most important thing, Our vision is different. Everything will happen. What Baba said will happen. That is the 100% truth. The world will come. Let the world come. Let the world come. But today, present is good. Our relation is with Baba. We should pay the attention to the Baba. While we see all these affairs and worldly life, it happens when God goes, after that, step by step, that place becomes the holy place. Shirdi is only 84 kilometers from here. Every day, 50,000 people, they come. Trusts are there. Trust will fulfill that responsibility, because Baba appointed. Everything will take place according to Baba's vision, That's why Baba said, don't worry, be happy. That is the good thing, And our focus should be towards Meher Baba.
Interrupt. I want to say we may not have very much longer. We're going to have to stop soon.
Yeah.
But Jill
Jill is there.
and just a minute ago, Zoe was there. So they've just
Jai Baba, Shiva, Jill and Joe, Jai Meher Baba. Yeah. To whom? Dr. Jim is there? He's in Myrtle Beach.
He's on the center, but he doesn't going to try to get on.
Now, that meditation, what type of meditation Baba wanted. Once Bhauji was there in Baba's room, and Baba told Bhauji, not to move, not to do anything, just sit like a statue. And Bhauji was sitting like that, Baba was not permitting him. And the scorpion came, and then scorpion came close to the Bhauji's feet. And Baba told him not to move, and it was difficult to move it also. because even Bhauji used to do little bit, Baba used to get upset, and upset means, Baba used to shout continuously 1 hour, 2 hours, he used to shout, and then he used to go to sleep, and again after 10 minutes he used to get wake up, and then again shouting, and then continuously he used to do, and many people, they knew that, it is not easy to disobey Baba. That's why they were obeying Baba, and the scorpion came and just he stopped near Bhauji's feet, and he was not fighting Bhauji, and he was not moving here and there, and continuously 3 hours he was there, and sitting near Bhauji's feet, and very close to Bhauji's feet, and not moving anywhere. And Bhauji was looking at Scorpion, and Scorpion was next to Bhauji's feet, and continuously 3 hours, and after 3 hours, Baba every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, Baba used to get wake up, and then Baba used to ask something to the Bhauji, to Mandali person, but this time 3 hours, he went to the sleep, and after 3 hours, Baba woke up and he asked Bhauji, what happened? Bhauji just, he moved his leg and he said, Baba, the scorpion is here, and I wanted to kill him, but you said don't move. That's why I never made any noise, no sound. And Baba said, okay, now kill the scorpion. And then Bhauji, he killed that scorpion after 3 hours. And Baba wants such type of the meditation, 3 hours, totally the concentration was towards the scorpion. And Baba wants that meditation, one should listen to him, should become like a stone, like a dead body. Even the person is not dead, but behave like a dead body. And that is the difficulty, That's why Bhauji said, ये राह धूल की है और धूल मैं नहीं हूँ. This path, one has to become the dust, but it is difficult, to become the dust also. It is difficult to become the dust because this is the path. The dust is there, and we have to become the dust under God's the feet, and that is the path, Same thing happened with Pendu also, Pendu was sitting there, and the scorpion came, and he got bitten by the scorpion, and then from the the tears started coming from his eyes, and he was suffering 4 hours. And that day, Baba just, he slept continuously 4 hours. Every 20 minutes, 30 minutes, Baba used to wake up, and Baba used to ask water, Baba used to ask something. But that day, 4 hours, and just 4 hours, tears, he was crying, but no sound. Just to clean the tears also, it is impossible because Baba told, never move, and just he was sitting like a stone, like a statue for the longer period, and after 4 hours, Baba woke up, and Baba saw his face. Baba saw the face of Pendu. Then Pendu started crying very loudly. And when he started crying very loudly, and Baba said, what happened to you? And he said, Baba, the scorpion bitten me, and now I'm suffering, lot of pain is there. And Baba said, okay, what is there? Just go in your room and take some medicine. Just go there normally. And then he left. That is the cruelty of God, and in that cruelty also you have to become happy, and it is impossible thing, make it possible. Worldly people, what they will think, God is very cruel, God never pays attention, God never looks after the people, and what type of the spirituality, and the spirituality, this is the meditation, and लेके आ जाओ the spirituality of us. You know, that is the spirituality. We have to follow that spirituality. No puja, no worship, no flower, no garland, no prasad. You know, this is the worship. You know, whatever is said. You know, each moment one should become the statue, dead body. You know, and God likes. You know, He loves that. You know, He loves that. You know. Mind is there, but we should not use that mind. Physical body is there, you know, but we should not use the physical body, you know. All the time, you know, he was giving that treatment to the Mandali people all the time, you know. He's fire, you know, he's fire, you know, that's why we will do all these difficulties, you know.
Here's the last.
Yes, so Jai Baba. Jai Baba. Jai Baba. Parishta is there. Parishta is
Her
there.
name is there.
Yeah, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba, good morning. I mean, good
Baba's
evening
Baba.
over there.
It was small, you know. Baba, at Meherabad also we stayed, you know. He gave us the order like a Mandali, you know. And like Mandali, you know, he used to treat my mother, myself, Sheela, and many orders. Even we wanted to go to the trip also, school trip. He was not allowing us to go to the trip also. And then we used to ask Adi, and Adi used to ask Baba. And many times Baba used to say, no, don't go, don't go. And then we used to listen, we used to listen. And now we got that habit. Just when we go to, myself, I go to the different places and Baba programs, you know, I never feel, you know, I should go to the some sightseeing or some places, monuments, and to see that, you know, I never feel that, you know, we go to the Baba program and we come back directly, you know. I never feel that, you know, I should go here and I should go see that, you know. I never feel. Sometimes Raj likes to do that, you know, but mostly from heart I never like to go anywhere. And that is, you know, he made Sheela and myself like that, you know, from childhood, you know, because his treatment was like that, you know. He was not allowing us to go to the any trip, school trip, college trip, up to matriculation also. He told also go by walk to the school. And the school was, Sheela school was like 2 kilometers, 2.5 kilometers. He used to go by walk. Myself, I used to walk, you know. And he said, even don't use bicycle also. Don't use bicycle also, you know. Means for each thing, you know, he used to look after us, you know. He was not allowing our relatives also to enter inside at our home. There was only our uncle, you know, he used to come. Once Bhauji's sister, the 62 program was there, you know, 65 program. And after that also, she came here along with family. And the night 2 o'clock, she came here and they wanted to meet us, stay here for 2-3 days. And Adi was our caretaker. And at 2 o'clock, just we asked Adi. Adi, he went outside, and Adi said, "You are not permissible to inside." And that time, you know, the situation of Ahmednagar, there was no hotels, nothing, no then place to stay. And then at center veranda, at night time, they spent outside. When they spent outside, they got very upset, and they said, "These people are dirty. This family is no good. They don't have care of relatives. They don't. They are very cruel people, and we should not come to these people now next, you know." And then they stopped coming, and step by step, you know, that is the detachment, you know. And we never felt, you know, to go there and mix up with them in their family function, marriage, you know, stopped totally. We stopped totally, you know. And what the treatment Baba gave to the Mandali, he gave to us. Same thing.
Jai Baba, everybody. Just to help our sound situation a little bit, can you remember to mute your microphones? Use that little left-hand corner mute, because we're getting some kind of popping and things. Maybe Mr. Puni, and use your space bar or unmute if you want to speak. Otherwise, we get a lot of extra noise. Thank you. Just mute yourselves unless you're ready to talk. Jai Baba.
The time, the Mandali members, they were our relatives, friends, family members. Most of the time we came in the contact of Mandali, not outsider. Even our relatives also. They were also disconnected from us. That's why our aim and goal was only Meher Baba, nothing else but Meher Baba, and that was our world. Our world was only Meher Baba. Jai Baba, Dr. James, Jai Meher Baba, Jai Meher Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. That's why Sheela is also, if you see Sheela, most of the time she remains at home, She doesn't go anywhere. Now she's but most of the times, when they come from America also, she remains at home. Even she goes to the America also, she stays with Adim, she stays with Aman, but most of the time at home, She never feel that, just go to this place to see that place, sightseeing, or some monuments, this monument, that monument, that feeling, just it is died, no feeling or anything. And that is the Baba's work, He did that work. And what a person gets, when many they said, when they come close to the Baba, what they get, that they get the detachment from everything. Nothing else but detached. People, they detach from everything, And then blame also, defamation also. That is also the another, solution to reach to the God. Go close to the God, then blame also comes, defamation also comes, because cleverness is there, worldly people, their cleverness is there, and then when cleverness comes, then they see that they talk differently, because it is not their fault. Their aim and goal is money, their aim and goal is position, power, control, and then according to that, they act like that, That's why one should understand, the life with God, it is not easy, very difficult, and then step by step person get detached from everything, Responsibilities are there, you can fulfill the responsibilities, it is not like that, when you are close to the God, and people, they say, when my mother was there, many they used to say, why you need these ornaments, gold ornaments, you can renounce, you can give to somebody. Why you want? Because you are sadhus, you are staying with sadhu, means Meher Baba. That is the only things, responsibilities there. One has to fulfill the responsibilities. Attachment is different. One should detach from that, but fulfill the responsibility. It is not, Baba never said, when you come too close to the God, you can distribute your house, you can distribute your property, you can distribute the land to others, and become the beggar and sit near the temple and beg the food. He never said that, responsibilities are there, foolishness he never told us, people should understand that, but people, they're feeling like that. Yes, when people, they go to close to the God, and they should not eat good food, they should not eat good dress. That is the understanding of world. That is no good. Detachment is, it comes from inside, it is not from outside, just do the renouncement, many they say, when I went to the America or Australia, I saw people, they keep the Ganpati statue, many they like that, many they keep Jesus Christ cross, many they like Even they are following Meher Baba. In India also people, they keep Rama's statue, Krishna statue, Ganpati statue, Buddha statue, What is bad in that? If we keep the statue means we are not following, We are following Meher Baba. Our aim and goal is Meher Baba. People, they said, just throw everything. Okay, we'll throw, physically we'll throw, but from mind, who will clean that, Who will clean that, That's why 100 statues are there, Jesus Christ or Ramas or Krishnas, and we sit in that, but our detachment is there, and we think about that. We think about that is sufficient. Many people, they keep in their show cases there. In showcase, they keep many Taj Mahal or Buddha statue or Jesus statue or Krishna statue. What is bad in that? That is showcase, and people, they like to keep in showcase many things. They like to. They can keep in showcase. That means they are not becoming one with that showcase or that statue. In our home, many things are there: table, chair, the sofa, cloth. Then what we can do? Throw everything. And people are following Meher Baba. It is not like that, What we like, our hobbies are there. People, they like to keep many things, art, many paintings. People like to keep. What is bad in that? Painting is painting. Person never becomes one with that painting. Painting is painting. Keep the painting. People like artistic. People are there. The nature is like that. They like scene and scene. They can keep that, But our aim and goal is that is most important. Many times Baba also told people when they come to the Baba's place, when they used to come, Baba told them, before coming you can go everywhere, whatever you want, and when you come here, take my darshan and directly go back to the your native place. Don't move here and there, and that is the main the thing, When our connection is with Baba, then why to worry about the world and worldly affairs, worldly things? Control ourselves, And that is within us, not from outside, Outside throwing this and throwing that, that is not we are calling God, Throw or don't throw. Prophet Muhammad also, he said, about the statues, what is the use of statues when people, they worship like that, normally he said. He never said, just break the statues and throw the statues. He never said, to throw the statues or not to throw the statues. Same thing, When we are loving God, then it doesn't make difference. It doesn't make difference, But people, they say, think, if we do this, then we become the follower of God, That is not that, Negative, positive thinking is no good, Straightforward, our aim and goal, our focus, concentration should be towards God, not towards worldly people, And he wants that. Once, one guy, Wawle, he came to Baba and he was young. And Baba, he said, Baba, you can attend my marriage. And Baba promised him 100% I will come and I will attend your marriage. And that time, the casteism was there. He was following the Parsi master. That's why he was Brahmin. And Brahmin, they boycott his marriage. And most of the close relatives and that, nobody came. Only the friend circle, they came to his marriage. And after marriage, he brought his bride. And both bride and bridegroom, they came to Baba. And he was very sad. And Baba said, what happened to you? And he said, Baba, just, because I'm following you. And they said he is following the Parsi master. That's why nobody came from my relatives and close one. Nobody attended the marriage. And that's why I'm sad. And he said, you also did not come. But Baba said, my present was there. And if my present was there, then the whole world was present. But I promised you, I will present in that marriage. And I presented in that marriage. I was there in that marriage, That's why don't worry about your relatives and friends. Because if my presence means whole world's presence. If God is not present, then whole world is not present, And that we should remember. If God is in our side, then whole world is in our side. That's why to worry about the world, worldly people, relatives, family, and he does that, the disconnection from everywhere, and that is also possible, this life he did with Mandali, he's doing with us also, and then in one life also everything is possible. Everything is possible, but we don't feel like that. That's why that is his process, that is his work, and it started, to disconnect step by step, disconnection from the world, worldly life, what we want. It never happens, it never happens, and that is the detachment. Who come close to the Baba, it never happens, but new people, when they come, what they ask, it happens, but close ones, whatever they say, it never happens. It is all the time opposite, opposite, opposite. They suffer, 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 and then they said, okay, it is all right. It is all right, and he's doing that work, and that is his spiritual work on the people, It is inner journey, it is not outer journey, and he's doing that inner journey with everybody. He's doing, no feeling, feeling like stone, like dead body has no feeling, and that same feeling, he's creating within us, within Baba lover, and he wants that, and that is the worship for God, worship for God. And it is happening, when people they come now, that boy, his mother, she died there, the feeling was different, atmosphere was different, people they sang the songs, bhajans, no crying, nothing.
About you this morning, you said about money.
Prasad Raju, he came, he brought his mother there at Meherabad. After 10 years, she came. She was 90 years old, and she took Baba's darshan, and then afterwards, she wanted to stay permanently at Meherabad, and her son, he said, now I will take you to your native place, Kakinada, Andhra, and she said, no, this place is good, and I like to stay permanently in this place, and son said, okay, we'll do that, and then next day morning, 9 o'clock, she died. And permanently now, Samadhi. Baba, and she went in the morning, evening she took Baba's darshan, in the morning she went to Baba. She died, and that is the permanent, Baba gave the place to her. And no, thank you. And that is Baba's work, he's doing such type of the work, people, whoever comes, he's doing, detachment from the world, no connection from the world, no connection from the family, relatives, friends, and then Baba becomes our real friend, real family, and then whatever happens, people only they repeat God's name, Baba's name, and then world they feel, these people, they are mad people, That is the reality, that is the truth. Everybody they think, Meher Baba people, they are mad. All the time, they talk about Meher Baba. They don't have other work, important work is there, they don't do that, they talk all the time about Meher Baba, nothing else. Silly people. And that's why Baba, what he's doing, who is weak, worldly, in the worldly life, person is very weak, he is not strong in worldly life. Such type of the people, they are coming here. All such type of the people. What we observe here, some people, most of the people, they are in depression. Mentally, something is there. Difficulties. Many they are suffering from their outer life, and then they run to the Baba because they don't find any solution. They don't find the outer world, no solution. They visit different places, and then final destination they come to Baba, and they feel happy. And then they say they write many bad things, good things, complaints, so many things they do on the Facebook also, through email also, and then step by step they come closer and closer to the Baba. Mostly difficult people, they come to Baba, normal people, they don't come to Baba. All the time, Meherabad also, difficult people. If people are 100% sound mind, financially sound, physically sound, they have financial position is good, they don't think more about Baba, but outer weakness they bring to Baba, and they want God. Then they want God. They don't want anything, That's why Baba also said, whoever they come to Baba, the outer weaker people, and Mandali people, they were like that, They were like that, they were not strong in their outer life, Maria, Kekobat, Baitul, Bhauji, Aloba, all difficult people, different type of the people were there, Gover, Meheru, many, all the Mandali people, they were different, Naja, Pendu, totally different, Adi, Padri, all they were different from the worldly people. And Baba, he selected that jewels, diamonds, and Baba kept them, Whatever Baba used to say, they used to do, Baba used to say, just start pushing this guy. They never care about that, what the guy will feel. And they used to do that, Normal person who is sound, worldly sound, they used to feel bad. Baba, it is no good. Why should we do, that guy will feel bad. But these people, they never felt that, And Baba wanted such type of the people. That's why Baba kept them with him. He kept with him, Like Nana Kher. He was also like that, got intoxicated. C.D. Deshmukh, even they were not Mandali people, But they were like that, They were different from the worldly people. All these people. Harry Kenmore, Francis Brabazine, totally they were different from the worldly people. Dr. William Donkin, he was different from the worldly people. And that's why, they got the place at God's place, Otherwise, how it is possible, Many they came, to Baba, but they ran away. They ran away. They did not stay, with Baba. One guy from Hamirpur, Baba, he said, Baba, whatever you say, I will do. If you say jump into the well, I will jump within 1 second. If you say, consume the poison, I will consume the poison. Baba said to consume the poison is easy, to jump into the well it is easy, but stay with me, it is impossible. And he said, no, Baba, it will become possible. If you say cut your head and just, put before me, I will do that. And Baba said, okay, try for 1 month. And he said, 100% I will stay. And then he stayed at Merazat, and after 15 days, at night time, he ran away from there without telling Baba. And then from Hamirpur, he wrote letter to the Baba, Baba, what you said, that is 100% true. It is impossible to stay near you, I'm your follower. I like to follow, but from far distance. I will not come close to you. I don't want to stay near you. And that is the preparation, Mandali people, whatever Baba used to say, they used to adopt, they used to follow that, But many they wanted, to stay near Baba, to stay with him, but it was impossible, There was that Baba Das was there, Meher Das, and Baba kept him at Meherabad. Baba gave him the silence, and he observed the silence for longer period. And then Baba called him, and Baba kept him in the Merazad. And Baba gave his work to the Bhauji, prepare pan for him, just, his clothes, keep in the cupboard and everything, sweep his room and that. And Bhauji was doing that, And then the guy thought, just, Bhauji is his servant, Baba appointed. And he was feeling very happy. And then all the time he used to scold Bhauji, he used to shout at Bhauji, he used to kick the door and he used to enter inside. And then he used to say anything to Bhauji anytime, And it was difficult for Bhauji. Then what happened, one Mandali member was there, and he told to Bhauji, Baba, this guy, Bhauji is educated, and the guy, he troubles Bhauji like anything. And then Baba called Bhauji, and Baba asked him, what this guy does, Baba Das. And Bhauji told everything to Baba. And Baba said, just from tomorrow, now he should serve to you. And now you stop, and Bhauji became the tiger then. And then just he came to Bhauji and he said, just prepare the pan for me. And Bhauji took that box, pan box, and Bhauji threw outside, and Bhauji said, take that pan box and you can make now from today. And he got very upset and he said, now I will complain to Baba. And he went to the Baba, and Baba asked him what happened, and he said, Bhauji is not listening to me and he's telling me the work. And Baba did not say a single word. And then afterwards he became restless, and after 4 days he took his bag and he ran away. He ran away. He ran away. That is the worldly people, you know, their understanding, and that they want position, they want control, everything, you know, and then it becomes difficult, you know. And when they get that, you know, happiness, then they would like to stay. If they don't get that happiness, then they get very upset, and then they run away. And then the guy also ran away after 4 days, you know. So that was Krishnaji. Krishna. That one Babadas, yeah, same Babadas, and then that followers, you know, he made the followers, and then he used to come to Amar Tithi also, and once Baba dropped his body, and then he came after long time, and just he was wearing that big kafni, white kafni, big hair like Meher Baba, and then he brought his followers also, and just Pendu was there, myself also was there in Meherabad with Pendu, and Pendu, he called him and he said, just, you know, you are doing all this game again, you started. And he said, no, now they are my followers and they are following me, but just I brought them to Meher Baba's darshan. And Pendu said, you know, it is difficult. So long you stayed with Baba. Baba gave you just, you know, observe the silence and that, you know, but the same thing you are doing, you know. What type of the person? He said, no, I am the master now there, you know, and I made one ashram near Hamirpur, and now people that became my followers. And what I do, I bring people to Meher Baba. What is bad in that? Like that, you know. And that is the worldly people, you know, when he stayed longer period with Baba also, but he never learned. He never learned, you know. Many people were like that, you know. Krishnaji also, he was with Baba. Then there was Chavan from Pune also. He became the master after that, you know. Baba also gave a lot of warning to the Chavan, you know, and that. But afterwards, he became the master. Then Baba dropped his body. Then there was old age home. And he came here because his family members, they threw him out from the house, and then he came in this old age home. And once he came here, Pendu was sitting outside, and Pendu, he recognized. He said, you are Chavan? He said, yes, I am Chavan. And 7-8 people were with him, and he was also wearing the kafni. And Pendu said, you know, who are these people? And he said, they are my followers, you know. Now I run the ashram in old age home, and all the old people, they became my followers, you know. And Pendu, just he said, okay, take 10 rupees. He gave 10 rupees to him, and he said, it is difficult for you, you know. You will never learn anything from Baba. And such type of the people were there, you know.
Mehernath?
Yes.
Could you tell the story that when Baba said he was scared of his lovers? We were in your place one time, and there was a daughter of one of Baba's Mandali was there telling us a story about how Baba said he was scared of his lovers. Do you remember that story? Talking about people running away?
No, I don't remember that story. Yeah. But you know, but yeah, I will tell the Dhuni Ash, you know, Dhuni Ash. The people Baba's time also, they used to keep the Dhuni Ash to cure people, you know, and many people they used to get cure through that Dhuni Ash. And Baba was in Lonavala, and Sunnamai, she was there. And one guy, he used to bring the buffalo and he used to give the fresh milk to the Baba and Mandali people every day. And one day what happened, the buffalo got sick, and the milkman did not come. Then Sunna Masisi sent the message, to that guy, and the guy came, and Sunna Masisi asked the guy, why you did not come, and the guy he said, what happened, my buffalo is sick, and Sunna Masi said, tomorrow you can bring the buffalo, I will cure that buffalo. And the guy felt very happy, and next day he brought the buffalo, and Sunna Masi, that duni ash she brought, and she put the ash on the head of the buffalo, and buffalo was sick, and next day the buffalo died. And the guy he came, and then he started shouting at Sunna Masi, you did something to my buffalo, and because of you my buffalo died, you put something on the buffalo's head, and that's why buffalo died. And then the guy he shouted at her, and then he left. And next day what happened, again second buffalo got sick, and when second buffalo got sick, again Sunna Masi sent the message, and the guy said, now my second buffalo is sick, and Sunna Masi said, 100% I will cure that buffalo, you bring here, and I will do that. And the guy thought maybe she will do that. Again he brought the second buffalo, and Sunna Masi took Baba's name, and she put the ash on the head of buffalo, and after one day the buffalo died. And it happened, 3 buffaloes died, because of duni ash. And then the guy, he got very wild on Sunna Masi, and he said, now pay the money, because of you killed my 3 buffaloes. And Sunna Masi got very scared, now what to do, and she went to the Baba, and she said, Baba, just I took your name, and I put the ash on the buffalo's head, and one by one that 3 buffaloes died, and why it happened like that, and now that guy is after me. And Baba said, what you did, that was your faith, 100% your faith was there, and you did, that is perfectly what you wanted to do, you did selflessly for that buffalo. But what was good for you, I did that, what was good for you, and I did that, for you. That's why I did according to my reality, and you did according to your faith, on me. And what I wanted, I did that. That's why when people, they are close to the God, and when people they do, God, he protect the people, otherwise we will also feel, if we put the ash, Baba's ash, people they get cured, and then we'll also become some the doctor, and our feeling will get changed, and Baba never wanted that, from his close one. New people they come, when they used to come there, they used to use Baba's ash, they used to get cured. That is for the new people, but it never happens always, and one should understand that. But many people, they feel that, Baba's ash, if we use that ash, we'll get cured, it happens, newcomers to join Meher Baba, and then afterwards nothing happens. Baba, he protects, Baba never wanted that, we should start such type of the practice in world. That's why Baba said, what is the benefit for you, I did for you. And what was your faith, you did according to your mind, both are good, both are good. Khurshid's mother, Sunna Masi. And that is the work of God, man, work of the God, man. Many times, according to our impressions, sanskaras, it get help, many times it never gets help also. That also we think, Yeah, if anybody has the questions, people can ask me the questions also. Yeah.
Zoe's here. Zoe's here after a long time.
Yeah, Zoe is here. Zoe can ask. Jim can ask, Yeah, Jill is there. Shiva is there.
Maybe Robin remembers the story about Baba being scared of his lovers, because it talks about people running away from Baba.
Yes. You remember that story?
we're muted, right? Are we muted?
Yeah, we
But
have
we are not
muted,
so-
but
so
we've got a
they can
silent
Okay.
sound.
You know, I have it on my other phone. I'll show it to you next week, and you can say it's the daughter of one of the older Mandali, you know, earlier with Baba, who wrote that beautiful long poem, Meher.
Jyoti, Kulshrestha, and Keshav Narayan Nigam.
Yes, yes, yes.
Meher Jyoti, 1960,
Um,
62.
no, not Meher Jyoti.
Meher Chalisa.
Yeah,
Keshav Narayan Nigam.
Yeah.
But her daughter,
his daughter.
Meher Jyoti.
And
Okay.
but anyway, his daughter, and she told the story that well, Jim asked her when she was visiting and we were here in your house, in your living room, what was her favorite story that her father told her about Baba, being with Baba. And this was the story that when Baba said to him one day, you know, I'm very scared of my lovers. I'm very, very scared of my lovers. And what's his name? Nigam? Keshav Nigam said, but Baba, you were God. How can you be scared of your lovers? And Baba said, you know, I'm like the flame, and my lovers are moths, and they're attracted to the flame, but the closer they get to the flame, the more they get burned. And so they get burned, they want to run away. But if they run away, they are doomed. And if they get burned, they are doomed.
Right.
But if they run away, they are doomed.
Right.
So that's why I'm scared of my lovers, something like that. So
Yeah.
I have it on, you have it on video. I'll show it to Mehernath.
Yeah.
We can tell.
And that is also Baba's one couplet. You know, you said the yeah, that is the burning place of Meher Baba. And Baba also said two couplets. You know, Shama means what we say. Shama means flame. Shama jalaegi parwane ko kab tak. How long, you know, the Shama, the flame will burn. The parwana means moth. Yes, moth. How long the Shama, the flame will burn to the parwana moth. Shama to khud jalegi bas sar hone tak. But that flame will burn only up to morning. You know, night time. You know that jyot, what we call jyot, lamp. You know, lamp will burn up to morning. And parwana, they have to burn all the time, you know, all the time, you know. Shama jalaegi parwane ko kab tak, Shama to khud jalegi bas sar hone tak. A lamp will light only up to morning, you know. Night time only, it is the night time lamp, you know, up to morning, you know. When the sun comes, then there is no use of lighting. But Shama means it is the burning the moth all the time, you know. Entire life. You know.
And one part of the story I forgot. So he said, if they, when they get burned, they call. They say, Baba, Baba, help me. You know, save me, save me. And Baba said, but if I help them in something that I have given to burn them, then they are also doomed. So that's why I'm scared. You know.
He was doing with Mandali also all the time. Mandali, you know. Difficulty, problems, all the Mandali, they were in problem and difficulties, but Baba was not paying the attention also. Even they used to admit him to the hospital also. Life was difficult. I said Pendu, nobody was there to help him. No volunteers there when it is last stage. You know, he was in Booth Hospital. Only 2 servants were there. You know, and I used to go there. You know, and then servants, they used to say, he's troubling us like anything, shouting, he should die before him. And then Pendu used to say me, this servant, they are saying like that, you know, you should not go, you sit full time here, otherwise both they are troubling me. And he used to hold my hand, you know. For sometimes I used to sit, but it was difficult for me to sit morning to evening, you know, with him. But he used to say to me, you know, don't go Mehernath, because they are troubling. And they said, die soon, like that, you know. And when you are here, then they don't say anything. But when nobody is there, then they trouble me. That is the life of Mandali people, you know. That was the life of Mandali people.
Should we take a minute to sing happy birthday to Mani?
Yeah, Mani's happy birthday. Yeah, Mani's happy birthday.
It's today, actually.
Mani's birthday.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mani. Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
Yeah, Mehera's birthday. Then where is Mehera's photo?
Okay, there's one.
Are you having the chat on Mehera's birthday? Or
No
you're
chat
canceled?
No chat.
next
Mehera's out of 10.
I'm going to Amravati. They invited for Mehera's birthday there in Amravati, and I will go to Amravati. Mehera's birthday we have to celebrate. You know.
They're celebrating on Friday 20th and 22nd in Meherabad. Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mehera. Happy birthday to you. Baba teacher. Sheela used to make the greeting, you know, every year for Mehera, and that was Baba's order, you know. She should make the greeting card, you know, and she used to send a greeting card to the Baba every year, to Mehera. Every year she used to do that. And Mehera, to Baba also, and Mehera used to appreciate that, you know. Bhauji used to write, you know, the song on Mehera's birthday. That was Baba's order, and every year I have that song in Hindi. It is also translated into English. In future, we'll publish that, you know. We'll do that, you know. Many years, you know, Bhauji used to, and then it was also Bhauji used to read before Baba also, you know, before Baba. That song, you know, and Baba used to appreciate that. Francis Prabhusin also used to compose in English, and then he used to read before Baba, you know. For Mehera's birthday also. He used to do that also. And Bhauji also used to compose, and many songs are there, you know. And it should get published, you know. What literature is there, you know, that is the important literature, you know. Yeah. That is the love, dedication, heart, you know. And when the heart's language comes, you know, then we forget outer world, you know. And when no heart's language, then outer world is there, you know. Then we think about all the outer world. We have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do that. Future plan, you know. Then people will come. Then what we will do, you know. That is the outer world. But we should become one with inner world. Otherwise, we lose that essence, you know, Baba's essence, you know. We should not lose that, you know. All the time, you know, we should remain with God. We should not remain with outer world, you know. Otherwise, most of the time, you know, the Maya takes us to the outer world, you know, every moment. And then it, Jai Baba Aina, Jai Baba Aina, Jai Baba. Queen of New York, yeah, Queen of New
Jai
York.
Baba.
Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba.
Anybody have a question? I can't read the typed ones. Anybody want to say something? Zoe, you're muted. We can't hear
Have
you.
one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we
Mehernath?
can.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, in a way, it's a question actually for your mother, maybe. But I was thinking this morning about how Bhauji and Rama both came from these royal families, and there was a lot of, you know, wealth and so on in the past. And Baba had them living in complete poverty, when they came to be with him. And I just wondered if you could talk about that a little bit, and if you think, or if he ever said that he was somehow working through them on, royal families or people of privilege who now had to change in the modern world.
My mother's side, her father, he was like a landlord, small king. And under British rule, he had 1,400 acre of land, and 4 forest was under him, and 54 villages. He was the king of 54 village, and he used to rule that area Baitul. Still they have a lot of land, but after sealing and that, then court dispute and everything started, sealing act and this and that, and when the Congress government they came, then just that sealing act, they started, and then most of the problem arise to them, and but her grandfather and his father also was the landlord, landlord, and like a small king of that area, small king of that area. And Bhauji's family was also the royal family in the mid period. Their capital was their Kalchuri dynasty, from the Jabalpur, Rewa, Bilaspur, even this Hamirpur, it was under Kalchuri dynasty, Kalchuri king were there, Hamirpur, total Hamirpur district, Bilaspur, Raipur, Rewa, Jabalpur, it was under the Kalchuri dynasty.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kalchuri, that was the Kalchuri dynasty, and today in Jabalpur also, one palace is there, Madan Mahal, and most of the coins and many things are kept up from Kalchuri time. And Kalchuri also king, they constructed many temples in Tripuri. It is near Riva, and that is the Kalchuri kings, they constructed that temples and that, and mostly our family, means our caste, warrior caste, Rajput, and mostly Rajput, they used to run the capitals, kingdom, everywhere, all over India, even in Nepal, in Jammu Kashmir also, the Rajput king was there, most of the time, when the kingdom was there, most everywhere the Rajputs were there. Today also, if you see, in many places, the chief ministers also, they are Rajput, and they used to rule that time, because Rama, he was also from the warrior community, same caste. Krishna, he was warrior. Buddha, he was warrior. Then afterwards, he accepted Buddhism, he created Buddhism, but all they were king, Rajput king, Rajput king.
I think Baba putting both Bhauji and Rama into poverty situation from royalty, and was there some meaning behind it?
Yeah, that is, detachment from the everything, that is the detachment, when they joined to Baba, then the life become different, total different, and Baba disconnected them from the worldly life. From the worldly life, then my mother also, father died. She never felt that, she should go to attend the funeral, and that she never went. Her brother also, 2 brothers died, but she never attended that.
Baba might be working on royalty in a general way, royal families around in the world.
No, that is there. God never care about the royal family or poor family. God's work is totally inner work, He takes care, to the soul. Sanskaras, he clears the sanskaras, and that is his work, He never care about the outer world, who has what wealth and who is rich and who is poor, He never care about that, But he want to detach, from everything, rich or poor. And many people were with him, and even they were, Mehera was from the royal family, good family, rich family. But when she came to Baba, Baba changed her life. Mehera's life also it was changed, Very poor people were there with Baba, like Merji Karkaria, Sorosh, and they became rich. Baba told them, I will make you the king. The very poor guy, Sorosh was poor, but he became the king, mayor of Ahmednagar, and he became the royal. Merji was like that. Baba told him just go to the Iran. He did the business and he came back, and then he started the white cloth factory, and he became very rich. And Pune, he was staying in the big palace, some Maharaja's palace he purchased, and I visited to his place, and it was really very good. Then Baba used to do that, He used to make rich poor, poor rich, all this opposite, everything opposite side, opposite, and all type of the experience person should get, rich, poor, and this and that, and then change everything, it get change everything. And he was playing with the toys, all the toys. We are the toys of Meher Baba, and he used to play with toys, different way. When he wants to play, he used to play. When he wants to break that in small, small pieces, he does that, He does that. And he said, nobody has right to ask me anything. Dictatorship of God. He's big dictator, And everybody has to listen him. One song is there, very nice song, Bridegroom. Banna means bridegroom. And that guy, he said, Mere banne ki baaton na pucho, mera banna mera hariyala. My bridegroom, don't ask about his life, always he's, evergreen. He's evergreen, he's happy. That's why don't ask, inquire about him. Mere banne ki baaton na pucho, banna mera hariyala hai. Tino jagat ko loot ke baitha, fir bhi bhola pala hai. He owned 3 worlds, gross world, settled world, and mental world. And he said, I'm very innocent. He is not innocent. He is very clever because he controls the 3 world, gross world, settled world, and mental world. And he said, I'm very innocent. I don't know anything. And he said, my bridegrooms, he's always evergreen. Don't ask about him, He's the owner of the 3 world. And he said, no, I don't know anything. I'm very innocent. And then he said, Jo bhi uske karib jata, japta usi ki mala. And whoever goes close to him, he forgets the world and he repeats his name. Nothing else but his name. And person becomes the intoxicated, mad for God, And that is his trick, That is his trick. And he's controlled the whole world, means gross world, settled world, and mental world. Tino Jagat, 3 world. He is the owner of the 3 world. And he said, I am the fakir. I don't know anything, And he becomes innocent. Erich was there, And once Erich wanted, Baba should just call his family members, Manu, Gai Mai, and Meherwan for darshan. And that time Baba was in strict seclusion. And Baba just, he said to Erich, the what happened, I wanted, to give the darshan to the guy, Manu and Meherwan. But what happened, I asked Mehera, and Mehera said, just if you call this Erich family and other close one also, they will ask you, you also call us, and then I will be in difficulty, And if I call, from heart, I want to call them for my darshan, but it is the difficulty. And Mehera said, don't call, because if you call them, then you have to call everyone, and then I will be in a big problem. And what should I do? I am very innocent, and people, they deceive me. Because Erich was thinking about his family, Baba should call. And then Baba gave the answer. And Erich, he said, there is one word in Hindi, if a person is, very clever, in Hindi they say, you are not innocent, you are very gag. Gag means very clever person, And Erich said, Baba, you said you are innocent, you are not innocent, you are very gag. You are very clever, and what came in my mind, you gave the answer. And he used to do that, That's why he all the time he becomes innocent, He knows everything, past, present, and future. Even he becomes innocent, and that is his work, That's why whenever the people used to come, he used to become innocent, How to understand him, That's why he said understanding has no meaning, I mean, just become the dead body, stone form. And he likes such type of the people, What he used to say yes, yes. If he said no, no. He likes such type of the people, Nobody can use the mind. And if people they use the mind, then difficulty, And Mandali was like that, And Mandali used to become the clever, then he used to shout like anything. And Mandali used to keep quiet then all the time, It was like that. And that is Meher Baba's work, And he taught the Mandali like that, all the Mandalis, when we used to go to the Guruprasad, he used to tell Naja, take the children's, because now the vacation is there. Then zoo, some other gardens, and then she used to take, to us to the garden, and we used to go along with the Naza. And Naza used to wear, the different type of the dress, because Baba's people close one, when they used to wear, the dress, they never care about the world and worldly life. And then children's and that, we were also small, but children's, they used to tease her, like football, and their football is coming, and this is coming, like that, And she never replied, But Mandali's life was like that all the time. When they used to come in the outer world, they were totally different from their dress, their action, their talking way. It was totally different from the worldly people, And when Baba used to tell just, mix up with people, go in the world, then life was difficult for them. Very difficult life, Padre also, when he used to come, his the living standard was totally different from the people, And he even used to mix up with the people, but for himself also it was difficult to mix up with the general people, ordinary people. And then all the time he used to take the stick, Baba's time, And then he used to travel into the village, and then small things, he used to get irritated, and he used to beat people in Arangao people, and they used to get scared when Padre used to come. Everybody used to run, that time. This guy now, he will beat us, And people were innocent at that time. Baba's time, people today were very clever. If you touch them, then they will beat us. But that time, they used to listen, I know even medicine also, even they used to do something small thing. He used to beat people, with stick. William Donkin, when he used to come to the village, people used to run and they used to close the door, This dangerous guy came, and we used to observe that, because we were very close to William Donkin. But when he used to go to the village and he used to say, he used to talk Hindi, not very clear, but he used to say, mat ghabrao, main kuch nahi karta. And when he used to say that, then again people, they used to get scared, and they used to run, and they used to close the door. Don't worry, I will not harm you. Why you are doing such type of the thing? And he used to enjoy, But that time the India situation was like that, Very nice people, innocent people. They were not taking action, no revenge. And now, step by step, people, the Indian people, they are becoming very cleverness. But Baba's time, Sarosh used to beat people when he used to get down from the car, and when his servant, they were not coming very fast, and they were not opening his door, then he used to get irritated, and then he used to hold them and he used to beat them. and they used to listen. They used to say, Jai Baba, Jai Baba. They used to say, the Baba, Baba. They used to call Saroj Baba. And now Saroj Baba is very upset, that's why they used to say, just apology, will come soon. Like that, at that time the life was totally different. People were good, people were innocent. And today if you do something, people will kill us. Huh? Yeah.
And he was telling everybody how he had this wonderful public talk because these wonderful lovers in Australia, in Sydney, had arranged for him to give a public talk at the Sai Baba temple. And there were already so many followers and so many people came, 500 people came, and they were so happy. So these are the people, Partha and Ranuka from Sydney, who arranged that talk.
From Sydney, Australia. They are from Sydney, Australia.
Yeah, more than 500 people. The temple was full, and people were outside. We had to organize big screen, and Michael was doing live telecast, and so that people can outside and watch. It's a huge gathering, for Bhauji's talk.
Yeah, it was a public talk, and he was so happy about it.
And Bhauji talked about his life's journey, how he came to Baba through Sai Baba. So he gave the story of that he used to dream of a person, and he didn't know who that person was. And then he used to say, "You have to meet Meher Baba." So many years back, Bhauji said that in that meeting, and which I've got taped, that Meher Baba was going from here to somewhere Nasik, and when Shirdi came, he stopped the car, and he told Bhauji that go and pay your obeisance to the Shirdi, So Bhauji said, I didn't know who was there in Shirdi, But Baba said, go and pay your respect. So he said, I got down from the car and then went. And when he went over there, he said, this is the gentleman I used to see before I met Baba in my dream many times, who used to tell me, go to Baba. So then he said, my whole life's mission was that how do I repay my indebtedness to Sai Baba, that I will, because of Sai Baba, I met Meher Baba. But he said that it was very difficult for me, though Shirdi, Sangastan, the people knew who he was, but they will never entertain someone to go and do something in Sai Baba temple for Meher Baba, So he said it was always difficult. He said, today, in a Sai Baba temple, not in India, but in Australia, I got the opportunity of my life to pay the respect for all my life I was waiting for my indebtedness. That's the story he told in front of 500 plus people in Sydney. He said, I couldn't go to any Sai Baba temple and give the speech because they won't allow me in India. You organized, of course, through us, it's basically, we know the owners there. He said, it was my dream come true. Like today I paid my respect. And then he said that I want to do the arti myself. So what happens after the end of the speech, there is a tray in which you put live, and it is supposed to be like for a couple of minutes, like everyone goes and just does this and then passes on to the next person. So 500 people will do after that. And there are multiple those ones, you just pass it on RT, you pass it on one. So there were, say, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, 4 queues. So started with Bhauji in his, and his plate, thali we call it, where the diya, he won't leave it. And he's standing up and And people were saying that Bhauji will fall because he doesn't have strength to stand. And he's standing with the Arti and he's doing this.
20 minutes.
For 20 minutes. So this lady
Sai
was
Baba
there.
Arti.
Sai Baba Arti. What happened? That lady's Australian lady who is in the Pilgrim Center
Julie.
now?
Julie Morris? No.
The lady who's in the
Susie
reception.
and
Susie. So Susie and Ranuka was next to each other on the podium. And Susie tried to pull that from Bhauji's hand, just quietly take it away so that, he gives it to us. Bhauji just took it back like this, I could see, and I was just in front, took it back from Susie, and then another 1 or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and minutes are long when you are doing the Aarti.
It is heavy also.
It is heavy. I couldn't believe that Bhauji could do that. Then after 5 minutes, then Susie told me, Partha, only you can take from Bhauji's hand. No one can do it. No one has the guts to do that. I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm telling Ranuka, you quietly go and take it from Bhauji's hand. Ranuka tried to tell Bhauji something. Bhauji said, no. But politely said, no, today is my day for giving my thanks to Sai Baba. I am going to do the Aarti full. 20 minutes is the whole length of the Aarti, the song. Yeah? So then I said, Ranuka, you just stand on the side. I'm in the side. If anything happens, we can hold him. But let him do till he finishes. And I couldn't believe you will not be able to hold that heavy plate for 20 minutes. And he did that entire Aarti. And at the end of the Aarti, then I could feel his face was glowing with joy and happiness.
Radiant.
He was like, and he was in a different world. And even if you ask John and Wendy and all the people, Michael, everyone who was in Sydney, they all saw this witness and they couldn't believe, because a couple of days before also, Bhauji, they have to have someone has to hold to take him to the toilet, so like that,
Yes.
He was frail. Even when
This was what year?
This was in 2007. 2007. Even when I took Bhauji at afternoon after his this talk, one side someone else, one side me, from the home to my car, and from there to our house, he needed help. And there was a gentleman that point of time. He was Freeman.
Yes.
So Freeman was holding the other one side, and I was holding the other side. Freeman is strong.
Yeah, he was
strong,
Very strong person.
And from our home, when we were taking Bhauji to the temple, even Bhauji needed help to stand, not even walk. I couldn't believe in my own eyes that how he can stand on his feet with no support, and it was a different energy which came inside him. It's a miracle. I believe that what everyone saw, 500 people saw, and immediately after that, when he sat down, and maybe after 15-20 minutes, half an hour, when everyone had prasad, the temple we organized prasad and everything, full dinner for everyone, and then he was supposed to go to John's car because John was taking him back to his home. I could see that again Bhauji was again back frail. He couldn't even walk. Literally wheelchair they had to. So in a matter of half an hour I saw, so it has to be a miracle that where that energy came from. So he was having either Meher Baba or Sai Baba's energy in him. So there were radio talks that day. We had local newspapers and magazines covered. So we sent all these to Mehernath and Raj and others. So I think that was, and Bhauji so many times told us, thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving this my lifelong opportunity uh, to pay my thanks to Sai Baba to connecting me to my Baba. Yeah, so it's a wonderful story.
But still, that temple is there.
It's still there, temple. Yeah. I know. We know.
Yeah.
Go there. It's the suburb that.
But some dispute also started, I think so.
There was a little bit of dispute with the because it's a hired premise.
Yeah.
It's a hired premise, but that dispute got sorted out.
Yeah.
But now there's a second temple.
So
the same
Sydney.
in Sydney, because of that temple, what happened? Because they did not know whether the owner will allow the tenancy to continue.
Yeah.
So they built
a new
bigger
one.
temple.
So now because of that, we got two,
Nearby.
about 5, 7, 8 kilometers. Two different suburbs. But that's a owned, built from grassroots. So now we got two temples, a Sai Baba temple.
Anyway, we didn't plan to capture you like this, but I'm so happy.
Jai Baba.
A good story, about the Sai Baba temple. Now, second, now the 22nd is now 22nd is the Sunday, but just we are going to the Amravati, and Baba program is there in Amravati. 21st will start from here, and 23rd will come back. Then 29th Sunday again we'll play this. Okay. 29th.
So we'll
29th.
close the wonderful 2019 out with a chat.
And we have to wish happy
29th.
Christmas.
Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, everything.
Happy
Hanukkah,
Happy Mehermas birthday.
Jai Baba Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Thank you all for coming, Jai.
Bye.
Jai Baba ki Jai. Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba.
Yes, we do. I left my
Meher Baba ki Jai.